Welcome back to Open Window Politics. Today we're going to be doing a 2026 U.S. Senate election prediction. We'll be going through each of these states to give a rating on how far to the left or right I predict they will end up being. We will start with the likely blue states. There's really just going to be the one, that being the state of Minnesota. Minnesota, I'm going to put that into the Democrats column. Then next up, we're going to go to the likely red states. There's going to be a few of those. I'm going to start out with Montana. I think Montana would generally be in the safe rating for Republicans. However, the incumbent senator is retiring, so neither party has incumbent advantage. Then I'm going to put Florida also into the Republican column for the likely margin. That's going to bring Republicans to 46 seats, to Democrats 44. And then I think that might just be the last of the likely seats. We'll now go to the lean blue seats. Really, there is also just going to be the one for that being the state of New Hampshire. So that's going to be one more seat for the Democrats. And then we're going to finally get to the lean red states. We're going to start out with Alaska. I'm going to put that. Alaska, I might even be willing to put that into the tilt red. I think it will be close. There was a poll that came out recently that showed positive momentum for Mary Peltola in this race, but it'll be interesting to see what happens. But anyhow, that is going to be the state of Alaska. And then I'll go over to Nebraska. I'm going to put that, as well as Iowa, both into the lean red column. Nebraska is a bit of an interesting case. The Republican senator here is being challenged by Dan Osborne, an independent who actually ran in 2024. Ultimately, he, of course, fell short in 2024 and didn't win, but he is running again in 2026 for the other U.S. Senate seat, so that is going to be the state of Nebraska. Iowa is generally in the lean to likely margin, so nothing too out of the usual there. Next up, going to put the state of Ohio and Texas also into the lean red margin. Both of these states are generally in the likely category, so it isn't too, and I think they would narrow up with definitely the national environment favoring Democrats pretty significantly. So that is going to be Texas and Ohio. And then that really just leaves us with the tilt blue and tilt red states. We'll start out with Georgia. This is Jon Ossoff's seat. I think he would do fairly well, so I'm going to put that into his column for the Democrats. And then the first flip of the prediction is going to be the state of North Carolina. This state, the Republican incumbent senator is retiring, and a former Democratic governor, Roy Cooper, is running, and at the moment is looking like he will be the victor in this general election. And then Michigan and Maine, going to put those both into the tilt blue column as well. Both are interesting examples. Maine is going to be particularly interesting. This is Susan Collins' seat, and there are currently two Maine Democrats in the Democratic primary. And once a candidate emerges from that, we'll be able to know a little bit, have a better idea. But at the moment, if it were just a generic Democrat versus Susan Collins, I think that Democrats would be able to win the seat in Maine. Don't forget to like